Yo, everybody, it's your boy Angelo, aka Jello, aka the Inspiration Hunter, here with the first episode of the InspirationHunter.com podcast. And let us first start off with the things that this podcast is not going to be about. It's definitely not going to be about the negative, although we will be doing some discussions on things that are out there in the world of social media and out in the news and out in everyday way of life. But first and foremost, let's live, love, laugh, and become inspired within together. So we'll be doing some discussion, some interviews, fitness information, of course, mindset, performance, and obviously some infotainment, right? We want to be entertained while you're listening to someone sit out there and rant. So, occasionally we'll come into some, I'm sure, some interaction between one another. And just give you a very brief background on who exactly you're listening to and who the heck is the Inspiration Hunter. So several years ago, probably circa 1990 or so, or between the late 90s, I got involved in the fitness industry and professionally moved down to what they call the Gold Coast, down here in Greenwich, Connecticut, Norwalk, Connecticut, Stamford, Darien, all those places, and fine-tuned my craft of fitness and helping others succeed with their mindset and also their fitness lifestyle or their fit life. And like I like to say, your ability to acquire a champion mindset. And with that being said, let's discuss a little bit about the mindset of a champion, because I can assure you that we all wonder and have known or bumped into people that are more successful than us, and we strive to learn exactly the things that got them in a position to be successful in everyday life. And I'm not just talking about fitness, I'm talking about overall endeavors, whether it's in fitness, business, relationships, anything that you want to find success in. So if you want to know or to be known as someone with a champion's personality, someone who's successful no matter what and doesn't accept failure as the end-all and be-all. So who doesn't want to be seen as such a person? I have yet to find someone who doesn't want to have those traits of a champion and wants to pass those things on to others. And let's get that out of the way so you understand that this is not about me trying to hear myself speak. This is about me trying to get everyone to, including myself, to just be more efficient and proficient about taking action on the things that you want to have better in your life. Now, whether you're a business person, student, employer, employee, you need to know and learn how to communicate, interact with others in order to achieve your goals, right? And what I like to call my goals, or our goals in general, are our intentions. What are our intentions, and what do we set out to do for ourselves to better ourselves? For example, when your winning personality comes through during a job interview, you will more likely be hired than someone who doesn't, right? So you're eager and you're willing. And those are the type of people that I've found that I've been bumping into as I start to delve more into my personal mindset and how I look at things and how I perceive the outward world and where I want to, the direction I want to take my life and take my family into the future, right? So one easy thing to do is always remember to smile, right? Immediately, this puts everybody at ease and places you in a favorable light as being more approachable and friendly. So I want to extend my virtual hand out to everyone and say, I really do appreciate all those who have come in contact. And when you're listening to somebody and you've talked to somebody or emailed somebody, I just want people to know that do know me, that you do have an impact on my life, and you do get me thinking. And this is one of the reasons why I wanted to produce this podcast and get people talking and get people to interact. So as we get further into episodes and get people more involved, you can always go to I plan on keeping up the InspirationHunter.com. I'm currently working on a site, what is a fit life, fit for champions. And what that's going to do is it's basically encompassing the lifestyle fit for champions. And this is basically where this part of this material will come in. So the lifestyle fitforchampions.com will be up and running, and there'll be some tips and advice on there, and also I plan on producing some ebooks and things for you people to get out there. And for right now, let's just get into this little bit of a discussion about exactly what most of us are looking to do with their lives, and it's always to better ourselves, right? Nobody wants to be in the same thing over and over and over again and just go through the monotony of the treadmill of life. And keep things good, right? So anyone who wants to learn to develop a winning personality, there's 10 traits that I've looked through and gone through and looked, from Tim Ferriss to Gary Vaynerchuk to Anthony Robbins to Michael Jordan to Buzz Aldrin. We'll even go that far. Martin Luther King, JFK, Barack Obama, even the Bushes and Junior, Senior, all those people, whether you like them or not, they all have these traits which allow people to fall in love with their message, fall in love with their plan, and fall in love with their vision. Because who wants to follow somebody without a vision, right? Not cool. So, once again, I want to thank you for even giving me the time of day to listen, or to take time out of your day to listen to me. And let's get into it. So people who display a champion's mindset, so often they display the same recurring personality traits. So if you do any type of research on this topic, you'll find their many winning traits, and I hope that we can concentrate on the things that you should first develop, right? And remember, this is not coming from someone who's perfect at this stuff. It's just coming from someone who is looking to better themselves and help others understand exactly what you want to be getting out of your life, and how do you attain these things by getting that winning mindset, or that strong, positive mindset, successful outlook and perception on life. When do you develop a champion mindset is identified as someone who has the power to attract people to your side, right? Whether it's salespeople, a lot of salespeople have this personality. They don't have to oversell. Instead, they attract people to them, so they see the value in what they have to offer. And that's primarily what you want to do, right? You want to put yourself out there in a position of authority, but you also want to put yourself in a position of heart-centric, really outgoing and wanting to share your story and let people know that you actually do care about them and what they're going through, because no one's perfect, and let's put it that way, okay? And leave your egos at the door, and keep everything as open-minded as possible, and be willing to accept different things, different perceptions and outlooks from others. Top companies always look for certain traits and perspectives in their future employees, right? They include having professional appearance, right, and mannerisms, a high level of energy, being confident and showing good body language, and also having some kind of intellectual curiosity, and not being, a know-it-all, because nobody can stand a know-it-all, right? So you also want to come across as being friendly to everyone you meet, displaying friendliness, creating a respect and loyalty, being open to meeting people halfway, right? And also helping out. It shouldn't be, when you're helping others, you shouldn't be, trying to kill yourself. Trying to do this, it should be coming from the heart, coming from a response of goodness, and from the bottom of, in a loving way. And I found this to be more beneficial to everyone when you are like this, especially in the fitness industry, where I've been in the fitness industry for just about 21, 22 years, going on that. So by using this information, right, you follow the information, you'll have all the tools and things necessary to building a successful championship mindset. And I like to call it a champion's mindset, all right, when you have that mindset. So, I was going to wait to give you the first trait that most folks look at and what I look at. And I'm always looking for this when I'm looking for potential clients to work with, and that is the trait of persistence. When you're continuing to do something or try to do something, even though it is difficult and other people want you to stop, and you continue beyond the unusual and the expected, right? Always, when people are telling you can't do something, it throws more fuel onto your fire to do these things, right? And the reason why it is important to be persistent in your life is that it allows you to identify those things you want and motivates you to accomplish, those things. People with a strong power of persistence find that they have set goals and their intentions and focus on achieving them no matter what. So, for example, if you have a sore leg but you push through the last mile of your walk, right, you're not going to quit. If you truly want to be a success in your life, then being persistent is going to help you no matter who you are, and what you're doing professionally. This trait includes, obviously, like we said before, not giving up, finding ways to work through problems, having a positive attitude towards life in general. And this is not exclusive to anyone. This is an all-inclusive thing, finding that champion mindset. And the people that we see are most persistent consistently are the ones that demonstrate leadership qualities, right? Whether you like them or not, like I said before, those names that I mentioned, they must learn how to confront the challenges, learn to assess these challenges, and then find workable solutions to them. So regardless of the amount of time that this takes, persistent people will work tirelessly until they have reached their intentions or their goals. So everyone can strive to reach their goals, and this is very strong and persistent people who rise to become undefeated, right? Are you going to be one of those people on the path to your success, or are you going to struggle all the time? So that's something to take into account. So success comes to those who work very hard, right? It could be demonstrated by the following quote. So this quote is from, everybody knows this guy, right? He's got, you've probably even heard this quote before. He's quoted it a lot. I think that Albert Einstein obviously was a genius, but a lot of his stuff and quotes that he had is very profound right now. So listen to this. I think for months and years, 99 times the conclusion is false. The 100th time, I'm right. So an example of a persistent person, I just pulled this out because I think you can connect with this, and I connect with this persistent person. He just passed away not too long ago. Nelson Mandela was the son of a tribal king, and he was expected to follow in his father's footsteps. Instead, he chose to become a lawyer and worked extremely hard to achieve this. He continually had to battle against South African apartheid movement, which didn't make things any easier for him. Despite all the odds against him, Nelson Mandela was eventually able to practice law. And he helped many black South Africans survive the apartheid system. So in the 60s, he was sent to jail for opposing the apartheid movement. Even though the apartheid system was powerful in South Africa, Nelson Mandela played a vital role in bringing about the end of apartheid. He was responsible for making the first real democratic elections take place. Without his persistence, none of this would have ever happened. So I'm going to leave you with that little story, and I'm also want to leave you with a exercise. So in this particular exercise, we'll call it the persistence exercise. Building persistence is something that happens is not something that happens overnight. But what's good for us is that just like a muscle, the more you work on it, the more it grows. So the first steps towards becoming more persistent or having more persistence in your life is to define your goals or intentions. I like to call goals intentions. If you don't even know what you are working towards and how you can work toward it passionately, so right now, before moving on, choose 3 life goals that you want to work towards. Make these goals as specific as possible. Now, you can focus on any area of your life, your love life, your marriage, finances, business, health, family, leisure. Whatever floats your boat, but the idea is to write it so you have it all the time on you, right? We'll get in more into the journaling thing and things that I do to keep on track and keep myself focused monthly, yearly, daily, and all that. And an example of a specific goal is included below, or on this page that I'm reading off of that I wrote for you guys. And for most people, and I'm just going to use a random client that I have, it would be the first goal for the new year. I don't like to use resolutions, but for the new year, they want to maintain a healthy weight through the holidays. And then we're going to go into your objectives for those goals. So that's it. Persistence exercise. If you need to quick little recap, go back and listen to it. Once again, this is Angelo Hunter, a.k.a. your boy Jello, the Inspiration Hunter, right here, theinspirationhunter.com podcast. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to giving you another show. And out there, remember, live, love, laugh, and let's all become inspired within together. Make this world a better place, guys. Peace out. Much love, much respect.